call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
Cameron Smotherman takes on Ricky Turcios at UFC 324, and this is a pretty close matchup. I'm not terribly impressed with either of these guys. Cameron Smotherman on a 2-fight losing streak to Ricky Simón and Sergey Cidi. Won his UFC debut against Jake Hadley. Hadley taking that on short notice. I think that needs to be noted. Took the fight against Smotherman on short notice. Lost to Sergey Cidi, who's doing a really good job on the feet. Got like 5 takedowns in that fight, and then turned around a month later to take on Ricky Simón, who's supposed to be fighting Charles Jourdain, and lost that fight. Just got kind of out-grappled in that one. So taking on, a step down in competition, in my opinion, against Ricky Turcios, who's also on a 2-fight losing streak, was finished by Raul Rosas Jr., and then lost a decision to Bernardo Sopai back in January 2025. So going to be out of the cage for about a year. Cameron Smotherman has been out for about 6 or 7 months. And Ricky Turcios, he's just kind of a wild card. He's just kind of a wild child. Kind of spazzy, kind of all over the place. Has really good scrambles, though, in the grappling. Can lock up, sneaky submissions. He has sneaky strikes from, off his back, just in close little cheeky shots at times. When he's rolling around, grappling, or along the fence. Tough dude as well. He has been finished, but he's taken some good shots. Never seems to really deter him. He's always pushing forward, always looking to put the pace on guys, being the aggressor. And I worry that type of style could have success against Cameron Smotherman, who does kind of fight at his own pace. He is kind of, I don't want to say plotty, but he is, not dancing around the octagon by any means. He's looking to, dig his toes into the mat and throw hammers on guys and, do work with his hands. And I just feel like he's a little bit stationary, where he's there to kind of get taken down, or, I feel like the footwork and the movement of Ricky Turcios could really just kind of wear on him, and he could get up in terms of the volume game and just the optics in terms of the what the judges are seeing. And Cameron Smotherman has kind of struggled with the wrestling, with the grappling. 62% takedown defense, got taken down 3 times by Ricky Simón, 5 by Sergey Cidi. Jake Hadley got him down, so that is a concern of mine. That will he be able to keep up with the kind of the relentless pace and the pressure coming his way from Ricky Turcios, who's just like a barn cat. He's just like that scrappy dude in high school who never stops coming. Just a tough guy. But I am gonna go with Cameron Smotherman in this one. I just think that his boxing will be a little bit too good, a little bit too crispy for Ricky Turcios. I like his knees up the middle as well. Ricky Turcios in his last fight against Bernardo Sopai was getting kind of beat up in that fight on the feet. I think he got dropped at one point in the 2nd or 3rd round by a strike. His legs were getting beat up as well, so I think he's there to be hit, and he can be hurt. He's obviously, been KO'd, been TKO'd in the past. Was TKO'd by Manny Martinez back in the day. And I do like his, unanimous decision loss to Ayman Zahabi, not getting finished. That's really good experience. The same with Raul Rosas Jr. So he's had some tough matchups, in my opinion. Has a split decision over Brady Highstand, but I just think Cameron Smotherman is just going to be a step ahead of him in terms of the striking. Ricky Turcios fighting the smaller guy in Bernardo Sopai. The last time that he was out, Bernardo Sopai 5'6" with a 66-inch reach, and Cameron Smotherman coming in at 5'9" with a 69-inch reach. So going to be the bigger guy. In my opinion, about identical technically with Bernardo Sopai, but I think that Cameron Smotherman has much more power in his hands, and I think that he'll be able to hurt Ricky Turcios in this matchup. And I think that he can do enough to win a decision, win rounds, be able to keep it on the feet, be able to kind of win these grappling exchanges and end up on top, landing ground and pound, or just keeping it on the feet, where I think that he'll be the better striker. But I could also see him chinning Ricky Turcios. Turcios, he got dropped pretty badly in the Kevin Natividad fight with a left hook. I think he was dropped again by a flying knee, was dropped by Bernardo Sopai, and was kind of getting beat up in that fight. So I'm going to go with Cameron Smotherman in this one. I think that he's got the technical abilities and a skill set behind him. He comes from a good team. Adrian Yanez, I think he's got Eve Edwards in his corner too. And I think that he's technical, whereas Ricky Turcios, I think that he's just scrappy. He's tough, he's scrappy, there's no give up in the guy. He weaponizes his pace, has a really good cardio base. But I just think in terms of skill set and finishing ability on the feet, where I think that this fight's going to take place the majority of the time, I'm going to go with Cameron Smotherman. So I'm going to pick Smotherman to get this one done by KO or decision. Thanks.